Well, hellos everybody. Good afternoon. Hope you're having or had a great week. It's Friday afternoon, soon to be the weekend. Tonight I have the Trackalicious Championship race. So tonight's race is an hour and 15 minutes on Fuji. So I'll be practicing here a little bit this afternoon, and there's also dailies at 3:15 that I'll try to get myself into. So, trying to use a little bit less rear wing here. Okie dokies, let's get to it. Ooh, boy, okay. That's better, more comfortable. Here we go. It seems to be stuck here, so let's redo this. Why is it stuck on one side? Did this get... This got unbind. Okay. There we go. Yeah, okay. Whoa! That was not good. Ooh, what happened there? Let's try that again. Oh, I need new tires.
Yuki2488 says, Kihei.
Hello, Pookie. How are you enjoying your day of no school?
Pukey2488 says, it was good.
Excellent.
Justin Slim Friesen says, good afternoon, gents.
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Jones. How are you today? Ooh,
Justin Slim Friesen says, doing great. You?
I'm okay. So I was looking at the championship results yesterday. Seems we both finished 5th in our divisions.
Justin Slim Friesen says, the best spot. LOL.
Well, I don't know about that. I really wanted to beat Avocado. I'm actually tied with points with him. But I guess he had a couple of better results that puts him ahead. But we have the exact same number of points. But most people did not think that I would finish so high.
Justin Slim Friesen says, there is something to be said about just finishing races. That's for sure.
Well, I did more than just finish races. Dang, that Alpine. Really? That's why I need to practice more traffic. So you were having some good fights yesterday. Like the only person I fought was Avocado, and after 3 or 4 laps, he DNF. Well, that didn't last very long. Whoa, dude.
Justin Slim Friesen says, yeah, me and Carl were glued together.
A lot of people had some good fights. Oh, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop. Dang it. Let's go and look here. Brakes. Could I up this a bit? There was a couple of cars all by themselves, but mostly you would always come across 2 cars that were having good fights. I had a 1-pit strategy yesterday, but I had to come in a second time because my bladder just couldn't take it anymore. I drink too much coffee. Yes, on one hand, I want to...
Justin Slim Friesen says, LOL.
Yep. But it's okay. By then, I was already in 4th. And, I don't think I could have I don't think I would have gotten wicks. We were a minute apart, so I don't think his pit would have lasted a minute. Maybe 30 seconds at the most. Oh, barely locking up there. I think this will be too much. Put my rear wing down 10 notches, and I was running a lot of wing yesterday too. I'm pretty sure Larson was not running any wing on his car. Okay, well, that's not nicely there for me.
Justin Slim Friesen says, I think Carl, Adam, and I were the only 3 GT3s to go 12 laps in the first stint. I crossed the pit entry line with 0.1% VE left. LOL.
Yeah, I had 0.2 when I went. But I also have my gauge that says I have 1.2. So I'm good for another lap, and then I came into to the pits. If I have enough fuel for another lap, I'm gonna push it. I kinda know I'm good on fuel, so. How low can I bring this wing? I'm wondering here. I'm not gonna make it. Yeah, that's gonna be too dangerous for me. Can I get away with this little much wing? I doubt it, but you never know. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with the championship. I was kind of disappointed that there was only 5 hypers in the race. Out of 15 that are in the list, only 5 show up. Man, they all had great starts. I thought I had a great start, but they... You know, the first 5 seconds of the start, everything was good. And then they just flew by me. Like, how are they doing that? Ooh! Yeah, I think maybe I need a little bit more wing. And how much can I get away with? I was also surprised that when we got to the server, we had tire warmers, which kind of allowed me to run quali. But having said that, my tires were running cold all night. Nothing I did. They were running low to mid 70s. I could not get the tires to warm up for nothing.
Justin Slim Friesen says. Same here.
Like, really? At that point, you need to run, like, snow tires. Forget about softs, forget about wets. We need snow tires at these temperatures. Winter tires. Ooh, am I gonna make it? Okay, seems I'm getting away with 9 on the rear wing. 3 is not enough. I'll just run it with 9. I had it at 16, but maybe that was a little bit too much. I'm actually catching up to this dude. Took me a while to start catching up.
Rodman Jair says. Good afternoon.
Hey, hello, Dale. How are you today, sir? Oh, okay. That didn't work out as planned.
Dolarodman Jair says, living the dream. You?
Well, yeah. Sort of. I'm very happy with the championship. Most people probably did not expect me to finish where I finished. Given that I'm constantly the slowest driver on the grid, you wouldn't expect me to finish in the top 5, would you?
Justin Slim Friesen says, Dale, you just disappeared yesterday, sheesh. Stop going all those enduros, you're already too good in traffic. LOL.
Yeah, I wish I could find an enduro teammate. Me have bathroom breaks, bladder breaks that I need to take.
Dolarodman Jair says, LOLOLOL. I got a massive run on everyone through the kink.
Where's the kink? If I may ask. Are you talking about that last section where you just cut through everything?
Justin Slim Friesen says, Greg went for a move on me there, I gave too much room, as usual. That was all you needed. Dolarodman Jair says, the right-hander that leads onto the first straight at LE Mans.
Oh, okay. Because I've seen you cut through the last chicane there. On that track.
Dolarodman Jair says, I don't know if it's called the kink, but that's what I call it, LOL.
Oh, dang it. Didn't downshift enough. The good thing people had tire warmers yesterday. I could not warm up my tires for nothing. No matter what I did, they'd stay in the low 70s, barely getting any grip. Wow, it was a very cold track yesterday. I need winter tires. Oh, since I don't know if Dale's still here, but I had a couple of questions about the VR stuff. I am wanting to give it a try, but I don't know nothing about it. I'm kind of worried about the weight on my neck. So some people wear batteries, some people go Wi-Fi, and some people use a cable with a charger.
Rodman Jair says, VR is a lot of setup.
Ooh, dang it! No. That's my bad. That is my bad.
Rodman Jair says, but worth it, for me.
Well, obviously people that like it, like it. It's like every time you try to see reviews, it's like, you know, people that like it stick with it, and, you know, some people stick with the triple monitors. But there's people that wear the battery pack, there's people that have the earphones. You need to change the strap because the default ones are never comfortable. Some people go Wi-Fi, some people use a cable and charger.
Justin Slim Friesen says, the big screen beyond seems like a good option if you're willing to pay.
The big screen beyond, yeah, I probably not. Let's save this. And I still have enough an hour before the race. Man, I hate these schedules.
Justin Slim Friesen says, I think that's the name.
Well, people are saying that, you know, even a like a Quest 3 is plenty good. It depends what you want. But people are saying that it depends on how you set it up. So some people say that the Wi-Fi is better for racing. Some people say it's worse for racing, when latency is key. I didn't get anything this month because I'm saving for the KS Pro next month. Then the month after that, I might be willing to try the VR stuff. It's either that or an AB6. I know Dale likes it, but I don't know if he goes through the cable or Wi-Fi, or does he wear a battery pack? Guess I'd have to pay more attention next time. I'm really afraid of the weight on my head.
Rodman Jair says, my headset is a wired one.
Okay. And I've seen that there's like models that are like 256 megabytes and others that are 512. I'm like, do you really need to run a bunch of applications when you use it? Like for the people that run the virtual desktop and stuff, so that you can still see your wheel, but then everything else is the game. Like you watch reviewers and they say, oh yeah, the field of vision and all that stuff is super good. Get it.
Rodman Jair says, the storage is for standalone VR games.
So you don't really need any at all then. Cheapest thing will do because it's hooked up to the PC and the PC's running the game.
Rodman Jair says, if your only intended use is to plug it into a PC, go with the smallest storage.
Okay, thank you. Stuff that they don't specify when you look at reviews and stuff. I'm just casually looking at it. Not sure how people will feel looking at me with a goggle on my head. I'm worried about the weight. My head has my neck has a hard time enough as it is supporting my head. Well, I guess I can always try it. And I wish I could find some on Marketplace. Like, I see a whole bunch on Marketplace, but nobody that lives nearby. Yes, dude, it's annoying trying to get past the GTs that are fighting. Oh, man.
Rodman Jair says, the resolution of the Quest 2 is perfectly good for sim racing.
Well, I couldn't find any. I mean, Amazon sells the Quest 3 now, so...
Rodman Jair says, if you can find a used Quest 2, it'll be a good place to start.
Yeah, I wish. The problem is that, like I said, there's nobody nearby. You know, I'm not willing to drive 6 hours to go and buy one that is used. Because gasoline here is $2 a liter, which doesn't say much in gallons and stuff, but let's just say that Price of gas has doubled over the past 2 years. And I remember when it used to be 35 cents a liter. When I first started driving. And people were complaining that it was expensive. So yeah, just might as well order it from Amazon and get it done with. But I keep looking every once in a while. It's getting harder and harder to find PC stuff. Looking for used graphics cards, looking for used RAM, hard drives, anything. Can't find anything anymore. I don't know how they break so late without locking up. Oh, are you going to the pits? Dang it. And he's not going to the pits. Aw, man. FFS. That's all I'll say about that. No! My bad. And every time I stay in first gear, I spin out. Ah. I need AI to drive the car for me and put it in the right gear all the time. "21 minutes. Okay. Got time to set up a smoke screen. Man, these seasons go by so quickly, though. Another season done. When's the next season? And why only 6 races? Let's do a season with all the tracks.
Dolarodman Jair says. We had 5 high show up to the 6th race. How many you think will show up to the 8th?
Yeah, I'm very disappointed as well. I was not expecting that. Like, there's a lot of people.
Dolarodman Jair says. I was. It happens every season lol.
Well, last season I didn't see there wasn't any multi-class, so it's like the first time I'm seeing it. It's pretty much, I've noticed the same thing at Trackalicious. A lot of hypercar drivers seem to be dropping out. But I also think that it has something to do with the tire warmers. Yes, I know I'm biased. But 10 minutes you don't have time to warm up the tires, so what's the point in qualifying or practicing? Let's just go and race. And then people are not happy because they wipe out in the first corner because they're not used to cold tires and rage quit and never come back. That's my theory, but it could be a lot of things. Like we were seeing a couple of guys in the Discord saying, "Oh, we want hypers, we want hypers." But where's Randy? What's his other name that's always driving the Cadillac? A lot of guys talk trash, but then they quit after 1 or 2 races in the championship. But, I've been talking about this with Justin too. It seems to me like a lot of people, if they're not on the podium, they just rage quit and go and play a game that they can be good at instead of trying to play with the people with the same skill level as you. Everybody wants to be a Larson, and if they can't, they just quit. Like, I know my limits. I'm not going to try to beat them. I know I can't. But I could have a lot of fun with...
A lot of folks only have fun when they're the ones winning. I just enjoy competing.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't mind if we fight for last place, but let's have a fight. Well, 17 minutes. I guess I can go and practice cold tires.
Justin Slim Friesen says. Inflated ego gets popped. And they can't deal with it.
It's a shame, though, because... I don't know, I stick with it, but yeah, I can't really.
Justin Slim Friesen says. But I win in hosted servers lol.
But. Well, so do I, because everybody just rage quits sometimes. Or nobody joins because I'm on the 3rd page of hosted servers.
Dolarodman Jair says. Or you get the folks who think pub lobbies are full of dirty drivers.
Yeah, I just want to race against average Joes. Seems like the average Joes have ego issues.
Dolarodman Jair says, sign up for a league, end up in a wreck and tell themselves that leagues are dirty too, lol.
Well, see, that's one of the issues why I'll always be pushing for tire warmers.
Justin Slim Friesen says, yeah, a lot of that too, Dale.
Because you get wiped out in the first corner because there's some idiot that pushed it too hard on cold tires.
Dolarodman Jair says, the tires at race start aren't even cold, lol. Justin Slim Friesen says, aka, no actual race knowledge.
Well,
Dolarodman Jair says, they're already halfway up to temp.
You're wrong there, Dale. You're wrong there. Hypers like to run high 80s, low 90s. And throughout the race yesterday, I couldn't get them higher than mid 70s. During the race. So you start at 50 degrees, it still takes you a long time to get them up to temp. I would have been actually...
Dolarodman Jair says, it was nighttime, lol, everyone's tires were cold.
Yeah, but GTs will stick very well at 75 degrees. Whereas 75 on a hypercar feels like 20. I really hate how it's like on or off with these tires in this game. That's the one thing that annoys me. It doesn't feel like there's progression.
Justin Slim Friesen says, I was sliding quite a bit. I'm sure Dale was as well.
Well, yeah, because the Corvette likes to slide. It's a mystery machine.
Dolarodman Jair says, wait, the tire grip is so dynamic.
I don't find it. I find it's either on or off. Sorry, dude. Forget I'm not with the AI here. It's like you start getting grip at 80s, in the 80s.
Dolarodman Jair says, do you mean when it breaks loose?
No, I mean you go to turn and at 75 degrees it feels like 20 degrees. Ooh, somebody did not brake there. Man, I really wish they would get rid of this null car livery thing. And they go off again.
Mike Wolf BLN says, LOL.
Hey Mike, how are you?
Mike Wolf BLN says, it's so ugly.
Yeah, especially when you got like 3 of them in front of you. Yep, cold tires. Have fun, buddy. I feel your pain.
Mike Wolf BLN says. Guten Abend, Jeeps.
Yeah, we were both watching a bit of Alex this morning. I don't know how people run fixed setups. It makes no
Justin Slim
sense.
Friesen says. Sup, Mike? Mike Wolf BLN says. Oh yeah. Mike Wolf BLN says. Hey Justin.
I don't know how people run fixed setups. It makes no sense. Same kind of guys that like to run on cold tires, I guess.
Mike Wolf BLN says. Alex is nearly an alien.
Yeah, I was saying that.
Justin Slim Friesen says. Alex who?
I forget his last name.
Dollarod Manjayer says. Cold tires have a higher skill gap. Dollarod Manjayer says. Get good. Mike Wolf BLN says. Haha had. Mike Wolf BLN says. Alex K.
Yeah, Alex K.
Justin Slim Friesen says. Ah.
No, I found that when in the GTs, you can deal with it. It does seem progressive. I'm already on 4 laps and I'm still at 50 degrees here.
Mike Wolf BLN says. I was at work and was quite.
No, he was just picking up the car and fixed setups and running 327s on Le Mans. I'm like, man, I hate you guys. Man, this car won't turn for shit at 50 degrees. Yay.
Dollarod Manjayer says. When it's open setups, they say I lost cause he had a better setup.
Well, that's okay.
Dollarod Manjayer says. When it's fixed they say how does anyone do this?
Well, it's because on the hypercars, they're really crappy. I can't get no temperature in these.
Mike Wolf BLN says. Setups help for sure but yeah no match for driver skill.
Whoa.
Mike Wolf BLN says. Sorry I mean there is no substitute. Justin Slim Friesen says. Driver equals 98%. Roughly.
And what's the point?
Mike Wolf BLN says. Exactly.
And yet you put wet tires on and they start gripping right away for some reason. But after 2 laps they overheat and don't hold anything no more.
Mike Wolf BLN says, the point is get good. Rodman Jair says, the wet tires have a massive operating window.
They do.
Mike Wolf BLN says, yes, that's cause they got grip.
But after 2 laps they overheat and then they lose all grip, so.
Justin Slim Friesen says, plus they are by far the softest compound.
That's the only reason why I was able to qualify yesterday. Or I started qualifying yesterday. Did the gold race, qualified for that. 'Cause I think last night I was actually on my medium tires to qualify.
Mike Wolf BLN says, that's what she said. Rodman Jair says, Pat.
I was so nervous yesterday when nobody else qualified. I'm like, I don't want to be on the front row.
Justin Slim Friesen says, LOL.
Apparently it was apparent in my voice. It was palpable.
Justin Slim Friesen says, that was hilarious, Jeeps.
I really did not want to be there. Like, okay, I'll go and for once that I can actually qualify.
Justin Slim Friesen says, you looks terrified on stream.
For once I get to qualify, I did not expect to be there on the first line. And with good reason, you know. Because I know the other guys are faster, so it just creates more chaos at the beginning. It's a good thing we were only 5. If we would have been 12, and I would have been in front, I'm slower than everybody else. So then people get over aggressive to pass me and chaos ensues. I need to not be in first gear. That's when I get myself into trouble. It makes no sense. There should be like more of a gradual effect in between tires. It's always all on or all off. It makes no sense. When the tires are warm though, this game is very enjoyable. I don't mind driving around for an hour and a half all by myself on the track just because I like the way it feels. Okay, well, 2 minutes. Let's get ready. Return to the garage. Let's quit to the main menu. Let's light one up.
Mike Wolf BLN says, it's part of it, so we have to just suck it up.
No, no, no. How can I say? I feel like, you're creating a class of elites. Like, oh, you can only play this game if you're an elite. If you're somebody that's an enthusiast.
Mike Wolf BLN says, haha.
If you're an enthusiast that likes to race cars and sim racing and are just average,
Mike
well, this
Wolf
game is not
BLN
for you,
says,
it's for the elites.
Toys out of pram.
It's not about having fun. It's about proving to the world that you're the best.
Justin Slim Friesen says, start a tire warmers only league.
Well, I agree with that. Average
Mike
Joe
Wolf BLN
league.
says, it is a simulation of an elite sport.
And yet they want to go and recruit people on consoles that play with controllers, right? So is it a game or is it an elite sport? Get my drift? Yes, you can cater to the die-hard players. And even with tire warmers, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm still nowhere
Wolf
near
BLN
Larson's
says,
lap times.
where only the best and richest get to participate.
Why am I just in practice here? Why is there no... What's going on here? Why is there no qualifying and race tabs here? And my game bugged somehow.
Justin Slim Friesen says, you can build it. Tire warmers, no damage. No track limits. Build it and guy can choose to come or not.
Well, no, I want damage. I reduced the damage because I've noticed that a couple of people just want to run into me. Because they want to be popular on YouTube.
Justin Slim Friesen says, but most of us want to take it serious.
You can take it serious. The only reason why they removed tire warmers is because of the global warming
Mike Wolf
Karens.
BLN says, when you build it he will come.
But why do I not have the two other categories here? This has got me worried. So, I'm supposed to finish 17th. So, since there are people here 22 and 26 and 28, I should finish around 15th or 14th, I guess.
Justin Slim Friesen says, this conversation took a slippery turn. Justin Slim Friesen says, LOL.
I'm confused. Why do I not have the qualify and the race tab here? Is my game bugged? There we go. It was bugged.
BLN says, LOL.
My game had a new feature. Here we go, folks. Qualifying on wet tires, because I can't be bothered to spend 15 minutes warming them up.
Mike Wolf BLN says, do you have to ask that still at this stage XD?
Yes, I do, because usually that doesn't happen to me. The game's been extremely stable for this past week for me. And I want it to stay that way. Now that they have the scheduled timings that match my time of day, and not try to figure out Greenwich time servers starts and stuff. And actually seeing the schedules when you look at the schedule and not have it be hidden. I had so many complaints last week about this game, and from one day to the next, 75% of them disappeared. I don't want new ones to replace them. Like, I haven't been disconnected from a race or none of that stuff.
Mike Wolf BLN says, good point.
That's another thing, you know. They need to work on the stability of this game, because, you know, they came out with Barcelona, but the game had so many bugs that everybody that's coming back to the game to try the new track and they can't play the game, rage quit, and chances are they'll never come back now. Like, this game really felt like it was in beta when they released Barcelona. You know, even Justin told me he canceled his subscription, so...
Mike Wolf BLN says, I started LMU in Fab 2025.
Yeah, other than tracks and a few more cars, I'm guessing the game is in the same state it was back then. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's like my Pro Plus subscription supposedly says I can report people, but out of the 15 that I've reported,
says, no, it was way worse.
Out of the 15 that I've reported in the past 6 months, only once did I get an email to say that I had to change my name because I wasn't following the rules. Oh, and another time saying I double reported, so nothing came out of it. Oh, and then last week's ooh, not good, not good, not good. Not good.
Mike Wolf BLN says, that's lame.
Last week I reported, I don't know if you remember, but I did a dangerous rejoin, which wasn't really a dangerous rejoin. I was already on the track, had to flip the car around, and another car came around and I kind of nicked it. So it was more of a race incident than a dangerous rejoin, but whatever, I'll take it. That's on me. But then the guy proceeds to just block me, you know, on purpose. So I reported him.
Justin Slim Friesen says, I still have never filed a report. Ever LOL.
So I filed one last week for that guy blocking me. And I got a 20-second for dangerous rejoin. And he got a 5-second penalty for for blocking me and trying to hit me.
Mike Wolf BLN says, THB, that's fair.
Really? That isn't fair at all. You come around a corner, you hit a car. It gives you the right to get frustrated at that guy and just try to ram him off the road on purpose? I don't think so.
Mike Wolf BLN says, you don't wait for oncoming traffic that's on UI.
I get what you're saying, but in the location that I was, like, I spin out and I'm on the track here, you know. I can't see if there's any cars coming or not. I just spin the car around and nick his car. It happens. But then he proceeds to block me on purpose for an entire lap, trying to hit me.
Mike Wolf BLN says, it's up to the crashed driver to wait for clear track before rejoin.
I'm already on the track.
Justin Slim Friesen says, true Mike, but a mistake is one thing. Intentional dashabaggery is another.
I'm already
Mike Wolf
on the
BLN
track.
says, if you can see, then use your relative. Mike Wolf BLN says, I agree, Justin.
Well, you're saying you're not agreeing. You're saying it's all on me and he has the right to take it out.
Mike Wolf BLN says, I know you on track Jeeps.
Like, if I go off track here and then I'm in the dirt somewhere and I want to rejoin, that's one thing. But you spin out,
Mike
you're
Wolf
already
BLN
on
says,
track.
no, I did not say that.
Well, you're like, it makes sense. It's all on me. So you spin out,
Mike
the guy
Wolf
crashes
BLN
into
says,
you and...
Jeeps, you crashed. You have to wait for clear track. Mike Wolf BLN says, that's the rules of racing.
Yes, it is. But if you can't see the traffic, you can't know about it, and I can't read everything.
Mike Wolf BLN says, sorry, I'm not picking on you.
Well, you're saying that the guy has the right to get frustrated and block me and try to crash into me afterwards. Like, yes, I agree. I own my responsibility. I get 20 seconds.
Mike Wolf BLN says, then you can't drive.
But then he tries to purposely...
Mike Wolf BLN says, IRL.
He tries to purposely block me and try to hit me throughout an entire lap. And he gets 5 seconds for that. I mean, there's gotta be some balance somewheres. But...
Justin Slim Friesen says, he had the right to be pissed off. But for nothing else. Mike Wolf BLN says, if you can't see, then you don't pull out.
I'm already on the track. I'm already blocking something.
Mike Wolf BLN says, I didn't say he was a douchebag.
He was a douchebag. But he's also friends with the organizers. That's why he only got 5 seconds.
Mike Wolf BLN says, okay man, sorry, you're right, I'm warm. Justin Slim Friesen says, Jeeps, you won't win this argument.
Apparently not. Like, I know I'm in the wrong. I knew that. I said it when it happened. I didn't do it on purpose. It wasn't the best of things. You know, one's an accident, not on purpose. The other one, the guy's doing it on purpose.
Justin Slim Friesen says, if you know you were in the wrong, then stop saying you didn't do anything wrong. You should have sat there holding your brakes until you knew it was safe to start moving.
It was never going to be safe.
Mike Wolf BLN says,
And it's not that I never said that I didn't do anything wrong.
Taken more seriously, just take rules, just what I'm saying. Not that you're wrong or he's right.
I didn't say that I wasn't wrong.
That's the lesson here.
No, I never said that I didn't do anything wrong.
Mike Wolf BLN says, and if you don't know it's safe, you don't move.
Well, I can't do that for the rest of the race. Because being sideways on the track is not a good thing. But I never said. I said I deserved that 20 seconds. That's on me. But then the guy gets frustrated and tries to block me and run me off. And he gets 5 seconds for trying to do accidents on purpose? How is that logical?
Justin Slim Friesen says, let me ask you then, what did you do wrong? Mike Wolf BLN says, that's why I was saying in this case you use relative to see when cars are coming. It's an awful position to be in.
I can't read this fucking little shit there. But I already passed the guy. I figured I had 2 seconds to flip the car around before he gets there. Unfortunately, not so much. So I nicked him. But one way or another, I'm already on the track, so he could have hit me even if I had it stayed put. But that's on me. I spun out. That's my mistake. I'm responsible for losing control of the car. Like I said, I deserve that 20 seconds. But if I hit one of those cars that has spun out so far, does that give me the right to get mad at him and then try to block him and run him off the road again?
How's the weather today in Canada?
It's really bad. It got up to 7 degrees here. Still rainy, still crappy.
Mike Wolf BLN says, it's 1 degree C here now and pissy with rain.
I'm anxious for spring to start. I'm tired of this bloody... It feels like November rain.
Mike Wolf BLN says, supposed to be summer starting.
Nope, spring hasn't even started yet here.
Mike Wolf BLN says, good song, chip weather.
This year's been really crappy.
Mike Wolf BLN says, well, I'm cooking a steak here to celebrate not have to pay $300 to fix the computer yesterday.
Okay, enjoy your steak. Still ended up costing you $10. It's not as bad as losing 300.
Mike Wolf BLN says, Oh, I'm still watching, just changing subject.
Okay.
Mike Wolf BLN says. Yet I'll take that hit any day over the Atair. I don't know how to get rid of that traction control trace that happens to the throttle. Should I just take the traction control off? Somehow I don't think that would be a good idea. Mike Wolf BLN says. I think you can turn it off in tiny pedal.
Well, there's a TC section, and that's turned off. But as you can see, it affects my throttle, and I don't know how to...
Wolf BLN says. It's just telling you that you're hitting TC.
Yeah. I wish it would not tell me that.
Mike Wolf BLN says. It doesn't affect your throttle, that's the haptics.
Yeah, it does affect the haptics. Like, I feel it. I would like to not have it. I just want my throttle line. I don't want to see the traction control stuff.
Mike Wolf BLN says. Yays Jeeps, the haptics are saying you're hitting TC.
Yep. They definitely are telling me that.
Mike Wolf BLN says, tiny pedal is not affecting the TC.
No, I know that, but I don't want it on the graph. I don't want to see the trace for the traction control. I just want to see my throttle position.
Mike Wolf BLN says, oh yet. Mike Wolf BLN says, LOL.
Except it doesn't seem to do it. Like, I turn off traction control, but it's still
Mike
showing
Wolf
up in my
BLN
throttle
says,
traces.
I only slept 3 HRS last night.
Well, that explains a lot of things. If you only slept 3 hours yesterday, why didn't you watch my stream last night? Came in 4th in the race and came in 5th in the championship.
Justin Slim Friesen says, I assume you clicked apply?
Yes. Well, the TC is something else. It's like yellow dots.
Mike Wolf BLN says, I was chatting with my girlfriend.
Ooh, important stuff. Okay. No, the TC is another graph. But on the throttle options, I don't have another sub option. It's like if the brakes were to show me ABS.
Justin Slim Friesen says, oh, the yellow dot. Got you now.
Yeah, it eliminates the yellow dots and purple
Mike Wolf
dots.
BLN
And
says, oh, that's wheel sleep. Mike Wolf BLN says, ops. Mike Wolf BLN says, wheel slip.
you got yellow dots, pink dots, blue dots, all those other things. Those are removed. It's kind of like if my car had ABS and my ABS were to engage. Okay, he's leaving me room
Mike
to
Wolf
pass.
BLN says, wheel slip is not TC.
We're not saying that wheel slip is TC.
Justin Slim Friesen says, that makes sense, Mike.
What I'm saying is if I had ABS and then you would see my brake line start zigzagging every time the ABS gets on, when I've removed the ABS thing.
Mike Wolf BLN says, no, I am say I am that
I haven't figured out how to remove those. I guess that's why they put like the 2 bars.
Mike Wolf BLN says, I have.
Okay, well now you guys are talking baby and I can't understand what you guys are saying. And I'm in a bit of traffic here, so I'll try to concentrate a bit more. And I got a hypercar in my rear ass too. Dang it.
Mike Wolf BLN says, do you mean THH green spikes? Justin Slim Friesen says, yes. Mike Wolf BLN says, fast gear shifts.
That's not what I'm talking about either. Like, I would like the throttle trace to just be my throttle position. And I would like the brakes to just be the brake.
Sorry, not those.
Oh man, that Porsche is on my rear again. Oh man, this guy's dangerous.
Mike Wolf BLN says, after race we can sort it.
Now I got another one on my rear. Dang it. What the? Oh, that was bad. Oh, now I'm just losing it. Once you skid out, the tires are so much easier to skid out again. Dang it. Too bad, I was having a good race up until then.
Justin Slim Friesen says, is just the green line that shows the throttle going to the wheels. When TC engages it flips up and down violently. So Jeeps would prefer if it just showed pedal application. Justin Slim Friesen says, regardless of if/when the TCOS engaged. Mike Wolf BLN says, yes, I believe the trace is being affected by the haptics and that's moving the pedal. Justin Slim Friesen says, it's the same for me. And I don't have haptics. Justin Slim Friesen says, it's showing the amount of cut. Mike Wolf BLN says, fast gear shifts. Mike Wolf BLN says, shifts.
You guys are like the blind leading the deaf.
Justin Slim Friesen says, trust me, Mike.
You guys need to sober up. I know it's the weekend. I need to start drinking and racing.
Justin Slim Friesen says, I'm right, Jeeps.
Well, there's also like those 2 bars, or actually 3 bars
Justin
if you have a
Slim
clutch.
Friesen says, even if you're too pig-headed to admit it.
No, yes, that's exactly what we're saying. It's showing the amount of TC cut, and I would like to have the option of not having that. It's like if the ABS engages and then your brake line starts doing the same thing, I would like to just see the brake trace and not have it affected by the ABS.
Justin Slim Friesen says, I know.
But that's why you also have those 3 bars, one for the brake, one for the throttle, and
Justin Slim
one for the
Friesen
clutch.
says, it kind of bothers me too.
Ooh, blue flag. I'm already getting passed by the leader here.
Rodman Jair says, yeah, I'd rather see raw inputs too. Justin Slim Friesen says, but also, it's nice to see how much TC I'm using.
Oh, okay. Whoa! Ugh. Dang it. Okay, I have the right to block him and try to hit him next time around.
Justin Slim Friesen says, LOL.
And I swear some of these cars look that they're controlled by a controller. With all of the assists and stuff. No, kitty cat, now's not a time. Oh, it's that guy again. Okay, I can hit him now. I should have blocked him and stuff. Is it me, or are they warping all over the track? Or is that the same guy I was saying earlier? It looks like he's on a controller. Man, that looks... If that's not a controller and stuff, it almost looks like a hack.
Mike Wolf BLN says, maybe both.
Yeah, maybe both. That looked like really weird behavior from a car. I had way too much fuel for this race. That's okay. It's just practice for tonight's race. I was cursed out yesterday because I was passing cars on the outside here. And the GTs are like, no, you should never pass a GT3 here.
Mike Wolf BLN says, if the GT3 is pussing then they are usually on the limits outside there. But telling someone they shouldn't pass somewhere means they are usually just closed-minded.
Well, no, because the GT3 was on the inside, but he says a GT doesn't have the downforce to hold the corner on the inside, so he'll drift towards the outside. So he was telling the hypercars not to pass him in that area because they take up the whole track.
Mike Wolf BLN says, yeah, that's what I meant also.
Which I was kind of left baffled, like, okay.
Justin Slim Friesen says, that guy needs to learn how to drive. Mike Wolf BLN says, LOL. Justin Slim Friesen says, ignore him.
Well, I gained 4 places. Ooh, I lost a lot of driver rank here somehow. I was expected to finish
Mike Wolf
12th.
BLN says, I took a look at my Tiny Pedal and think show TC activation is still on then in Tiny Pedal as I just checked mine.
How did I lose a lot of driver ranking there?
Justin Slim Friesen says, as a GT3 driver, I want high to pass on outside there.
Well, the way I just see it is that the hypercar will pass you whenever they can. All too often, hypercar drivers are way too aggressive. And they'll pass you right, left, center, and over you. But yeah, that track is like 3 wide there, and you're telling cars not to pass you on the outside. Because you take up all the track. Okay. Sometimes, I just don't say nothing. It's too bad that I lost a lot of ranking here, though. I should not have been losing this
Mike
much.
Wolf BLN says, GT3 drivers need to remember if gap equals hipcar. Justin Slim Friesen says, true. And I'm not bothered. So long as it's obvious. Mike Wolf BLN says, yep.
Too bad. I could have done better here, though. Oh well, LOL. But yeah, I should probably start a championship on tire warmers for average Joes. No aliens allowed.
Justin Slim Friesen says, Larson goes for it every time. But he makes it easy because he shows his intentions very early. So I can easily adjust.
Well, by the time you see Larson in your rearview mirror, chances are that he's already in front of you.
Mike Wolf BLN says, you can call it toasty tires.
LMP2 and GT3s. Reggie is as cactus, okay. Well, I wanted some practice for tonight. I think I got it. I don't know how long the practice is either tonight. I'd have to look. It's probably same thing, eh? About an hour. Let's go to SimGrid. Let's look at my events. Still 2 races to do here. Where do I see the description? Do I just click on it? Oop. 500. Something went wrong. Is it just me, or Race Control and SimGrid and all these things are having a lot of issues lately? I want to know when the practice starts and all that stuff. Alright, if I click on the event, something went wrong. Man. Okay, well, seems like I'm not allowed to know. So far I finished 3rd, 5th, 3rd, and 5th. Fuji, May 8, 7:30. But I know that the race doesn't start at 7:30. It starts at 9-ish something. So yeah, maybe an hour and a half of practice. And qualifying at 9, and 9:20 we start the race, something like that. Wish I could see the details. Server info. Will that tell me anything? Okay, here we go. Yep. Open practice 7:30, it's 60 minutes. Then we got the brief 10 minutes, then qualifying 20 minutes. And the race is an hour and 15 minutes. Starting at 9:50. So I was close, not quite. It's 60-minute practice at 7:30. Okay, time to make pizza, I guess. It's Friday. Man, no comment. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your morale support. Yeah, see, the thing about the
Justin
tiny
Slim
pedals.
Friesen says, later.
The thing about the tiny pedals, here we go. Like, where's the trailing? Config. You know, you got the base data. Inverted trailing. CTC activation, that's off. Show TC activation. So that's off, but you still see it in the traces. Same thing with ABS. It's off, but you'll still see it on the brake line when it kicks in. Clutch, force feedback, see, everything else is off. I just got the brake and the throttle, but I'm still seeing that. Oh, where's the shifts?
Mike Wolf BLN says, yet I seen what you meant after got my glasses.
Yeah, that helps. Where's the shift? Wasn't there a shift thing here too? I thought there was an option to remove the shifts. Why am I not seeing it? Oh well. But there's the other thing, the one that has just a bar for your throttle, a bar for your brake. and a bar for your clutch.
Mike Wolf BLN says. Yeah, that's pedal inputs ITHKN.
Okay, pedal here. What's show throttle filtered? Show brake pressure. Show brakes. Clutch. I don't have one, so don't need to see it.
Mike Wolf BLN says. Try unclick throttle filtered.
Oh, and you think that that will change the other one? Because that would be just for the pedals. That would not affect the traces. So that's what I was talking about. I wish we didn't see that traction control in ABS popping up. But anyways, yep. Gonna call it
Mike
a
Wolf
stream.
BLN says. I think you're right, but can't hurt to try it.
I guess we'll find out later tonight. Well, again, a big thank you, guys. And hopefully you guys will watch my race tonight. If you're not talking to your girlfriends and stuff. Okay.
Mike Wolf BLN says. Peace Jeeps.
Laters.
Mike Wolf BLN says. Night guys.